Hello, hello. Welcome back. So the plan for today is to start the Star Rail. That can't be where we're at, right? That's an event. That's an event. This is where we're at. So for now, before we start the story, we will watch the recap and then go ahead and get started with the story. So let's see the recap.
After defeating Sparksy at the Graphia Academy, I followed Himiko to the Imagenesis room, tucked away on the campus, where records of the Herald of Death incident were stored. There, we ran into Himiko's father, Ryusuke, and the two parted on bad terms after the conversation. During a tour of the Express, the two put aside their differences temporarily. Afterward, we received an invitation from Pearl. She wanted to discuss a partnership with me as a fellow supplicant, and invited me to visit her company, Perlux Corp. At Perlux Tower, we had a friendly spar with the superheroes, the Daybreak Squadron, and a tour of the Mechatron production process. Pearl suggested that we join forces and host an Astral Express-themed convention, Star Rail Fest, to lure out the remaining supplicants. Meanwhile, Pearl also ordered Detective Ashvale to look for leads on the new Herald of Death case. The detective's relentless pursuit eventually led him to his prime suspect, the charity organization known as the Research Society of Happy Smiles.
It's a pretty screenshot.
Both Ashvale and Kuchiba witnessed the uncanny ability of Full Wish, president of the Smile Society, to stir up a crowd. Realizing Full Wish was attempting to interfere with the Phantasmoon games, the two paid a visit to Ashvale's old acquaintance, Cinderborn of the Daybreak Squadron. During the conversation with Cinderborn, Ashvale sensed a deep, dark secret behind the happiness surgery that the Society offered to its members to erase their pain. On the day of the Star Rail Fest, we were invited to the exhibition as special guests. During our visit, we ran into the mysterious Evanescia again. She also happened to be a hardcore fan of the comic series The Fluffy, so we ended up exploring the festival dedicated to the Express together. However, as we passed through the Xianzhou La Fu exhibition area, the Daybreak Warriors challenged us as supplicants. Their provocation was accompanied by a smear campaign against me from Full Wish TV. The Daybreak Warriors launched a massive attack with the reanimated Mega Mechatron, Alloy King Pom Pom. When all seemed lost, Ashvale unleashed his power and broke through the enemy's offensive. However, he also tore open a fissure in space during the process, which took everyone down into an unknown abandoned station. The being hiding deep within the abandoned station stirred restlessly, twisting and ripping at space. Thankfully, Pearl was able to rescue us with her timely intervention. Little did we know, things were about to get worse with Ashvale's terrible revelation. The happiness surgery was actually implanting the flesh of abominations of abundance into Smile Society members.
Yes, and that's exactly where we left off. So, let's go. Go now.
A few games of chess will while away the time.
Is this? This up 30 or it's the other stuff. Okay, we're fine. Ignore the other markers, like they're not there. Hi, March. What's up?
Wait, did you hear that? The moon just spoke!
Oh, yeah. I remember something about becoming the Eon of Elation forever, not just for the, what was it before, 5 minutes?
I'm not hearing things, am I? The Master of Elation is here?
Hurry, make a wish. It might actually come true.
Hang on. This isn't right. Is it? Oh, that winking moon up there in the sky. It just spoke. For real. Hey, it wasn't just me, was it? You heard that too, right?
Yep. I heard it loud and clear.
I heard it too.
Himiko.
That's why I came straight back for you. The winner of these Phantasmoon games shall inherit all my authority and become the true, permanent Eon of Elation. Which means...
Aha, changed the prize.
Precisely. Aha has raised the stakes. The final winner will inherit the authority of Elation itself.
Are you serious? This is so wild. It doesn't even feel real anymore.
Every time a path has vanished or been absorbed, the cosmic turmoil has lasted for dozens of amber eras. The transfer of an Eon's divine authority. How could that ever amount to a mere wager, lightly traded in a single world's game?
Why would Aha do something like this? I don't think we know.
The most logical explanation is that Aha wants to steer this game toward utter insanity. But then, who can possibly fathom the mind of an Eon?
Have the stakes ever been raised like this before?
Not every Phantasmoon game's ending has been recorded. Many were lost to time, most likely a consequence of the winners exercising their newfound divine authority. But as far as recorded history goes, this is unprecedented. After all, the chance to be an Eon for just 1 minute is already an irresistible lure for many.
Okay, at this point in time, I don't remember. I know a good chunk of the masks have already been claimed, but I can't remember every single one has already been claimed. Because if there's still some that haven't been gotten by anyone, I imagine they'll probably be fighting for the chance to participate, for the chance to become an Eon. But we shall see. Something about this feels off.
Exactly. It's just too weird. Can you really just give up being an Eon? What if this is just a big prank by those masked fools?
I guess it could be that, but I don't know. After everything we're learning about Aha, it seems like they're a bit crazy, so they might just surrender all their authority.
In the historical records, instances of the Phantasmoon speaking are few and far between, and the likelihood of it being influenced by an external force is exceedingly slim.
So, what's the point of all this?
Basically, unless what the Phantasmoon said is some cruel joke or a play on words, once the games are over, a new god will be born. One of unknown identity, unknown morality, and unknown purpose. They won't be a guest with a 1-minute pass to the Elation theme park. They will be its new owner. They may spread good fortune and steer the great wheel of the cosmos toward hope. Or they may be a god of utter malice, mocking all who stand against the destruction, intent on dragging the universe into an abyss of despair.
Maybe there's a silver lining here? I hope.
You mean a pessimist sees a half-empty glass, but an optimist sees a half-full one.
Yeah, I mean, if we win.
I knew you were an optimist, just like me. Besides, there's no way the Eon of Elation would let their authority fall into unworthy hands, right?
I don't know, man. Hi, Dragon.
Okay, stop, Giggle. Stop.
Welcome back. How you doing?
Stop now. 17 blank. You can stop. Stop. Giggle.
All I hear is the let it ride. Let it ride. Whoa! What's this? Let me at least finish this part of the... Get out of this thing. Because, what is it? The llama pools, right? Get out of this part of the story. What do we know? Yes. Close the game. Whoa! Nah.
Right? Right?
We don't know, March.
No way! It's Baseball, Raccoon, March Bunny, and Hime Cat in the flesh! Oh, what are they doing here?
I couldn't even get a ticket to Star Rail Fest, and now I'm seeing them right here on the street.
Whoa. Where did all these people come from?
There are big fans.
Hey, that declaration the Phantom Moon mentioned was about you, right? What are you gonna do? Got any kind of moon landing plans in the works?
Moon landing.
You should just hit it with your bat! Send that thing spinning into a black hole at the edge of the cosmos!
It's a bat, not a golf club.
You smash anyone who stands in your way with that bat!
The way they say it makes you sound like a supervillain. Uh-oh. You don't think that fight with the Daybreak Squadron made everyone turn on us, do you?
Oh, nice. Wait, I am doing pretty good today. Excited to the 4.2 story. I think it'll take me like 2 days, maybe 3 to finish, but probably 2 days to knock this out. And then for the polls in this game, I think I still have to wait a while, but yes, good. Excited to maybe win the 50-50 and get Llama.
Come on, isn't that basically your trademark? You beat the Daybreak Warriors senseless.
Oh! All these big shots from across the cosmos, fighting to the death right in our backyard. It's gonna be epic!
Epic? Are you brain dead? One wrong move from them and we're in serious trouble. Just like what happened with the Herald of Death years ago.
Sign this for me, future Eon!
Yo! When you become an Eon, can I be your Emanator?
We should get away from this mess. Let's head back to the Express and discuss matters there.
A moment later, as you squeeze your way through the crowd.
You're back. Himiko messaged me. She filled me in on the Star Rail Fest and the Phantom Moon's declaration. Things really are changing fast.
Oh, yeah. I believe our objectives remain the same.
Yeah, that's right. We came here to win. A bigger prize doesn't change that.
Still, the mere fact that the Phantom Moon made a declaration is anything but ordinary.
To prevent the divine authority from falling into the wrong hands, the supplicants may go to any lengths now with their tactics and actions.
Yeah, but they just equally might do anything, or the wrong hands might do anything for them to get the power. But I'll hope you will win every time I watch a friend fully win. Okay, so if I lose my 50-50, I can blame you, right?
After all, in most people's minds, they alone are the ones best suited to wield power. Right or wrong has little to do with it. Such is the nature of human will.
Yeah, and that may be exactly what the Phantom Moon wishes to see. A spectacular, head-on battle of ambitions.
Madame Pearl has sent a communication request to the Astral Express. Accept transmission?
Yes. Accept.
It hasn't been long since we parted, and here I am disturbing you once more. My sincerest apologies.
Those are not friends. Oh, just acquaintances. Hi, Adrian. Welcome back. I am doing pretty good today. How are you doing? Spoiler warnings on the 4.2 story if you haven't done it. But, I will be hopefully getting Llama, or hopefully winning the 50-50 soon. But yeah, good luck with whatever you do, and thank you for stopping by. Gotta protect you from spoilers. Luckily, I don't think there's too many spoilers on the screen, but yeah. By the way, important message. She won't win the 50-50. Not hopefully. We'll see. I don't know. Part of me, it's like, if I lose the 50-50, it's okay because of the upcoming characters, but I also would just want to win my 50-50, you know? So I guess I wouldn't win or lose. I won't be too upset. It's all good. Worst case, I gotta just start being a welcome gamer and just buy the welcome every month or so. But we'll see. I'll probably skip till Nicole comes out. Yeah. I'm honestly still stuck between Llama and Nicole. My Llama would work great for my Nefer team, but Nicole would also work well for Varka, and I really like both of them. Though I guess there is always reruns, so if I miss out on one of their banners, I can wait till they come around again. But we shall see. For now, I will continue until I get out of this story section to take a small break to see if I win my 50-50 for Llama. But yes, I will be continuing now.
Please, there's no need to apologize. Given the urgency of this transmission, Madame Pearl, I assume you wish to discuss the Phantas Moon's recent declaration.
Nothing manipulates people's emotions quite like that moon in the sky. A permanent handover of divine authority. It is unprecedented.
I can't help but wonder whether some malicious presence lurks behind the Phantas Moon. Still, who else but the Elation themselves could wield such control over it?
That's true.
In any case, the Phantas Moon's speech has made the public realize that the power to create a god is in their hands. Their emotions, and perhaps even their wish power, are swelling to historic levels. The Department of Aberration Defense even detected a surge of agitation and unrest among the Imaginae. When normal people believe power rests in their hands, their decisions tend to grow more radical and reckless. Please, be careful, and make sure to protect yourselves.
Protect ourselves?
Correct. It would be wise to keep a low profile and stay out of the public eye. The media and public relations department has been monitoring public sentiment. At present, speculation and criticism regarding the Astral Express are surging.
I've seen it online myself. Following the fight with the Daybreak Warriors, there's been no shortage of hostile commentary aimed at her. A commentary program on TV has been claiming the Express's adventures are nothing but stories fabricated by the IPC.
That's crazy.
Many believe the Astral Express is oppressing the local heroes, and some are even speculating that she is the new Herald of Death.
What the? What's wrong with these people?
These narratives are undoubtedly being amplified by media platforms steered by Full Wish. I've received a report from the Security Bureau. They tell me that many fans of the Daybreak Squadron have been stirred up and are threatening retaliation against the Express. I'll reinforce security in case agitators attempt to storm the station.
Okay. You can control public opinion, can't you?
I can, but you overestimate what control really means. In the arena of public opinion, those who look strong are often the ones at a disadvantage. And besides,
you'll be distancing yourself from us for a while. Isn't that right?
That is accurate. We intend to scale back our public association for the time being. If it's confirmed that the Express is colluding with the IPC, its public image would only deteriorate further.
Why don't we disclose what really happened in that fight?
Regrettably, I cannot agree to this. Clarifying the facts amid a frenzy of public sentiment is like trying to quell boiling water by stirring it. It only fuels the flames. The happiness surgery causes recipients to undergo an abundance transformation. Disclosing such sensational information would probably be taken as a hoax, or trigger public panic. I will instruct the Department of Aberration Defense to verify the true mechanism behind the happiness surgery as soon as possible, and assess its potential impact.
Okay.
I strongly advise you to exercise restraint in front of the media. Even the smallest statement can be selectively edited and misrepresented.
We already saw a little bit of that, I think, last patch. This is all Foolish is doing.
That much is certain. Still, given the current volatility of public sentiment, please exercise caution and self-control. I sincerely hope that the Phantom Moon's declaration will not disrupt the goodwill between us. A greater danger still stands before us. After listening to the declaration, who knows what extremes Foolish might be driven to. Affairs demand my attention, so I must excuse myself. Should there be further developments, I will keep you apprised.
Okay. Hi, TNT. Welcome back. How are you doing today? We're in the pretty much the beginning of the 4.2 Honkai Star Rail story. And there goes Pearl.
What do you make of the current situation?
It's a tricky situation.
We need to take action and put a stop to Full Wish before things get even worse. Even if I'd never joined the Phantom Moon Games, I'd still make this decision.
I think we should talk to our other allies. For everyone she has fooled, or Scott or Cinderborn. Well, for everyone, but also for Scott. For everyone she has fooled.
We cannot allow her to deceive and poison innocent people in the name of happiness.
Agreed. Given the likelihood of Full Wish acting unpredictably, we should confront her with everything we have. That reminds me, I've been wondering, the happiness surgery taps into the power of abundance, yet Full Wish seems perfectly normal. Just, how did she get her hands on something so dangerous?
I would have to guess from the previous Phantom Moon games when the Herald of Death stuff was happening. Or I guess sometime right after that.
Perhaps. It's the lingering poison left behind by the previous Herald of Death.
Herald of Death?
15 years ago, the monster who turned living flesh into his artwork would, in the heat of combat, slip into bouts of frenzied elation and delirium. The murderous mark he left behind, the bloody bloom, was no mere delusion. According to his interrogation transcripts, he claimed to witness a brilliant golden tree promising him everlasting life.
I wonder if that's the golden tree that we saw with Evanescia at that one... I don't know what it's called, that one domain. Glorp? What's up, Dragon? Just wanted to spread the Glorp agenda. The Phantom Moon Courtyard Sacred Tree?
I cannot say whether the vision this madman claimed to see corresponds to something real, but the possibility cannot be ruled out.
Yeah. Always with the Glorp.
He claimed that in his hallucinations, the golden tree's branches coiled around him, drowning him in frenzy and pleasure. He wanted its blossoms to bloom before all, and to bring about that miracle, he was willing to slaughter without restraint. In hindsight, it's clear that the Herald of Death was a supplicant who bore the power of abundance. The tragedy he orchestrated in Plain Arcadia ultimately forged another version of himself. Full Wish.
Yep. Shady lady. Glorp back to me, please. What? What do you mean by that? Didn't I say it when I read the message?
Right now, in Plain Arcadia, how many have undergone the happiness surgery and turned into potential abominations of abundance? It's a terrifying thought. Full Wish. What has happened to you over the years? Hiding behind these innocent people. What are you really trying to accomplish? I need more information about this junior of mine. I plan to head to Graphia Academy. Care to join me?
Yeah.
If we're to investigate Full Wish, we need to examine the traces left behind from the Herald of Death incident that took place during the last Phantom Moon Games. The recollections of teachers and the student records sealed away by the school. We're bound to find a vital clue there.
Sure, thanks. That helps a lot. I'll take the moment to prepare. That way I can get Llama.
Full Wish isn't an opponent to be taken lightly. We'll need to be thoroughly prepared. See you at the academy.
Also, what team should I use? Probably Asheville team, no? Don't be shy, drop a like. What? None of that. How do I switch teams? Okay. Let me... While I think I'm gonna run a Asheville team. While Genshin launches. Do I even have a team for Asheville? I don't. I have whatever this abomination of a team is. Okay. So, we have Asheville. And we have... Really? Cyrene? I don't know if we should use Cyrene. I'm thinking... either... Robin... or... I mean, it's because it would have to be Treeby, but we don't have Treeby yet. We're Treeby-less. Because it would work well with the follow-up attack stuff. Right? Maybe do Robin. Might as well. Keep the siblings together. Bam. And then just run this team. Okay. But... hold on. Hold on. Genshin music's going, but I don't think the Genshin game is going. There you go. That working? That's good. Here, gambling son. That's crazy.
Okay, stop.
We are. Chill.
You can stop now. It worked.
Should I wish anyone in particular? Actually, I know exactly where to go. Okay, hold on. Let it right. Hold on. Hold. We're gonna go here, and then we're gonna gamble. You need... what do you mean you need that? Okay. So. We're here. Let me join, actually. Okay. That's fine. Just wait a sec. First you tell me to go already, and then now you're saying that you need time. That's great. Oh! Okay, hold on. We have stuff to play. Yehoda! Okay, the goal is to get Yehoda. Yehoda, don't shut up. What? We need Yehoda. I want Yehoda. I have 0 Yehodas. Ideally, I would like to get her C6, but as long as I get one, I'll be happy with just the one. Get one for free on the event. Worst case. Oh! I didn't know that, but let's go. I think I also need Kiraras. Let me see. Kirara. Yep. Okay, so we need Kiraras, we need Yehodas. We do not need Xingqiu. Let me do the trial stage. In case I win my 50-50. Okay. This side. They'll teach me right here, right now, right?
With one heart, we pray. No, my sword! Witness the power of Guhua! Rain out! Dissipate!
Lightning, Sheriff! Make yourselves at home! Commit it to memory!
Leave this place.
Use the force
For the everlasting forest.
I'll do you when I go.
Grow!
I really want to play the...
Save yourself.
Our bond is strong! Branch into song.
The It's not zombie mode. What is it? Vampire mode. And more rivals. More. I made a little bit of progress, but it's not enough. I need to make it to whatever the maximum thing is. I remember struggling so much when the zombie mode was out. Okay, but... What? Stop being addicted. What do you mean being addicted? Okay, there. Being addicted to what? I hardly play rivals. It feels like I hardly play. No, I'm not. I need more rivals. No. There's never enough rivals. What? You're saying I need a therapist? Can I go up there?
Try to keep up!
Alright. Perfect. Alright. Gambling time. Let's see. We're not gonna be getting the weapon, but sure. Set that. Which is pretty good. Lauma. We have 80 wishes. If you get her in 20 pulls, do a weapon 10 pull. I don't know about that one. Lauma, please. What? I didn't even check my pity. Was I close? I don't remember. I don't remember. Let's go. You can't say you're welcome and then the next thing I see is a Sing Cho. Oh. 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 Well.
Don't trust your eyes on
Let's go!
My name is Lauma.
Okay. Oh my god. We can save! We can save for Nicole now. Do my weapon 10 pull. What do you mean my weapon 10 pull? Hold on, I'm taking a screenshot. I'm gonna send it to Arthur. Hold on. Okay.
Sure feels good to get away from my desk. Now, where's a good spot for a nap?
Alright. Told you my... Okay, you said your friends win the 50-50. I lost the 50-50. So, no friendship, I guess. How many pulls? Got 7. 75. That's what, 82? We win. We can retire. I can go to sleep now. Stream's ending. I'm just kidding. C6 Luke? My first... Is it my first C6? No. No, yeah, my first C6.
Emotions are like a raging torrent
I never
surges
farmed for
through the
her.
mind. More often than not,
I like to drink
if
on
you try to
occasion.
hold them back,
Any
you'll
and
be
every
swept away
occasion.
by their unstoppable force.
Oh,
And if
no,
you
I
try
haven't
to
have
ignore
enough.
them
I'm probably just gonna
entirely,
get more of those.
you'll end up tearing
Go
yourself to
weapon temple
pieces.
test. My first visit would be... Fine, just one singular net 10 pull. Oh my god, I was... Insane luck. Finally. One single temple and then that's it. The rest goes into savings for Nicole. Okay? Okay. You're welcome for the one. Oh. I'm never trusting you again.
Don't trust your eyes uncritically. People only see what they want to.
Collies.
So don't be
Collie
your own
good.
fool.
Do I need more collies? I hope I do. Yeah! You know what? I take it.
Friends need regular maintenance. Take good care of them.
Now we have one
They'll
Yehoda,
take
which
care
means
of
we're gonna have
you when it matters
C1
most.
Yehoda. Look at her, she's so cute. Beautiful Yehoda. Is there C1? It doesn't matter. I don't know if I don't think I'm really gonna be using her, but we got her. Alright, that's it. No more pulling. Now we save for Nicole. Yay. So now I have 2 people. Well, now I have 4 people to friendship. Yeah, 4 people to friendship. It was supposed to be on the weapon banner, well. What do you mean? I did pull on the weapon banner, did I? Did I not pull on the weapon banner? Oh. Oh. Oh, that could have been bad. I'm just blind. My bad. I could have sworn I clicked on the weapon banner, but misclick. It was a misclick. Should I still do the one on the weapon banner? No, I should save, right? It's time to save. We have 8, 65, 70 so wishes. Man. I don't know how to read. Anyways. Still. I gotta get hold of. Well, now I should go back to the Sorrow story. My mission here is complete. I will build them another time. Okay. Thank you for sharing your luck for the double 5-star. Come on. Oh, the sound. Ba 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 ba. It's okay. Yehoda was worth it. Okay, we're good. Back to our regularly scheduled program. GG's, yep. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright, we're supposed to... Oh, we're just gonna meet her there. Okay, that works. When is Treeby? 2 weeks until the next polls for Treeby. You're welcome, yep. You saved me.
Well, after that so-called dream campus experience, we've ended up back at Graphia Academy. It's almost like revisiting the place after graduation.
Wake up, March.
Wait a minute. This nostalgia isn't an after effect of the Sparksy virus, right?
Hope not.
Don't worry, March. The Department of Aberration Defense conducted a comprehensive disinfection of the campus.
When was this?
That's a relief. The last thing I need is to be mid-investigation and suddenly morph into some hopping, dancing mushroom rabbit. Speaking of which, where should we begin our investigation into Full Wish?
I don't know what is the best option. Maybe we should start with the teachers who are familiar with the situation?
I think it's best we see my father first.
Okay.
It's only appropriate that we obtain permission from the dean before proceeding with the investigation.
Okay, what's on your map? Oh, did it barely kick you out? I just shut down the game. I didn't kick you or anything. I was just like, alright, close game.
15 years have passed, but there should be a backup of the student files, work logs, or visitor records. And only he knows where they're stored.
Okay.
Let's go then. To the dean's office.
To Himiko's dad.
Will you say yes?
Yes, in 2 weeks, I shall obtain Treeby, hopefully.
I heard from the math teacher that Fitness Club.
Okay. Let's go. Oh, he is there. Oh, there's stuff to get. And there's just Madame Pearl there. Ah! I was trying to get this stuff without triggering the cutscene, but sure.
Himiko! There you are at last. The news said you got into a huge fight with those, what were they called? Warriors at the Floating Isle exhibition. And then you disappeared. Let me see. You're not hurt anywhere, are you? I sent you a dozen messages, and you didn't reply to a single one. Do you have any idea how worried I was? But seeing that you've come to tell me you're safe in person, I'll let this slide.
I don't think that's why we came here.
If you're really so preoccupied, a message or a call would do, you know. Ah, it's you two. I saw you on the news as well. Valiantly fought, huh? These Megatron warriors don't know who they're messing with. To think they dare challenge my daughter's subordinates.
Well, now it feels like we're the underlings of Warlord Himeko or something.
In any case, I'll leave Himeko in your hands. Please try to keep her out of combat.
I feel like Himiko's actually the one keeping us in check. Don't worry, I'm a great bodyguard.
Stop, stop! Every time you and she get together, the conversation somehow drifts completely off course.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm good. Your daughter's no porcelain doll. We came here to...
Win.
I know. I understand. You didn't come as my daughter. Rather, I am currently speaking to the navigator of the Astral Express.
Yep.
But tell me, has there been progress on the new Herald of Death case? I wasn't expecting the questioning to come in rounds.
In rounds?
The Department of Aberration Defense also sent someone here before you. They inquired about Fullwish, but regrettably, I truly don't know how to answer. On one hand, I wasn't here 15 years ago. On the other, she is still considered one of our school's distinguished alumni. I'm aware that you're involved in the investigation too. So, I compiled the pertinent documents ahead of time. I hope they'll be of use to you.
Thank you, Mr. Ryusuke.
Go ahead. The files are inside the archive room. Take whatever materials you need.
Alright, about Fullwish.
To be honest, it wasn't until the Herald of Death incident 15 years ago that I first learned her name. As the Dean, I should have met up with her more often and tried harder to soothe the wounds it left on her. Well, I just couldn't.
Why?
Do you really need all the details? The whole serving as a model example thing. I don't want to tarnish it completely. I knew it was a selfish thought. But I just couldn't help it. Back then, whenever I heard her name, I thought to myself, if someone was able to survive the incident, then why couldn't it have been my daughter?
Except she did survive. She's literally right there. 15 years ago, you...
15 years ago, I received a commission to paint a massive portrait for an elixir seeker chief on the planet of Goliath Shepherd. They said he had an elixir that could cure countless diseases.
Elixir Seeker Chief on the planet of Goliath Shepherd. So this is... So that's... Oh, right, because he was not on the planet when everything went down. He was away somewhere else. So he was on the Goliath Shepherd planet, which I don't think it's been brought up before. Maybe potential future location? Or, well, who knows. But interesting. Okay.
By the time I came back, everything had changed. There had been a terrible accident on campus. And my daughter...
You thought your daughter was dead.
Even though I knew my presence here wouldn't have changed anything. Because of that incident, I made a promise to never leave this world again during the Phantom Moon Games. That's why I immediately flew here when I heard about the full Phantom Moon. But, once again, I was too late. And the supplicant called Sparksy had turned the campus upside down.
It's all right. You can leave the crisis solving to the Nameless.
You're right about that. Yet oddly, once Sparksy stirred up all that chaos, applications to the school soared to an all-time high. Times we live in are increasingly beyond my comprehension.
We won't take up any more of your time then.
You're always welcome. Other than the archive room, you could also try talking to Miss Dolly. She's the longest-serving faculty member here and likely knows the most.
Then we'll try the archive room. Let's go, you two. Thank you, Dad.
Yay.
We should be able to find the archive room and Miss Dolly around in the Genesis classroom, right?
Mm-hmm. Those are pupils on enemy trust. I trust. I believe. You got this. And you will not get Lenny. I think you said you didn't want Lenny, but I believe. No, I was gonna use my Sunday skill. That's fine.
I recognized you in the distance. Himiko, it really is you!
I love the magical girl march back there. Yes, yes. Good luck. Get Emily. I believe. And then once you get Emily, gotta get Kanichi.
Miss Dolly, please forgive me for not coming to see you sooner. I've been back for a while now, but this is the first chance I've had to come see you.
Don't worry about it. I'm simply happy that you cared enough to visit. I must apologize about the mask you entrusted me. In the end...
Please, I can't thank you enough for safeguarding the mask all those years.
Look at you. You haven't changed a bit. Oh, you and your friends look like you're in a hurry. Is there something you need to attend to?
We're here to ask about Full Wish.
Full Wish? The poor child who survived the Herald of Death. The school organized a fundraiser for her back then. I still remember how she bowed again and again with tears in her eyes at everyone who helped. Poor girl. Though she was lucky to have survived, her parents didn't make it. There were rumors flying around the school saying she had something to do with the Herald of Death. Otherwise, why would she be so lucky? She's the only one who survived. What a bunch of scoundrels. She had good grades and a good heart. And becoming famous, she often came back to visit the school and sponsored a number of scholarship projects.
Speaking of which, do you know anything about what happened to her after she graduated from school?
I heard she went somewhere beyond the sky to further her studies after graduation. She had the chance to work for the Interastral Peace Corporation, but chose to return home and take over Seafell TV instead, which was on the verge of bankruptcy.
Somewhere beyond the sky. Miss Dolly, do you know where she went exactly?
I never heard. However, she pushed out many projects after taking over the TV station and managed to expand their business to the whole of Plain Arcadia in just a few years. That is all I know.
Thank you, Ms. Dolly, for your intel.
Heard from the math teacher.
That was my time.
A day of peaceful a will of metallance.
The fitness club's looking for new members.
Wait, students?
And the
Not
culprit
bad.
is...
The new Herald of Death is real! They say he came back to life and was responsible for what happened in Dovebrook. He's not coming here to kill again. Is he? Maybe we should ask for leave and stay home until this blows over?
That painting is creepy. Anyways.
What are you, scared? If he really comes, I'm live streaming the whole thing and getting all the clout for it. Who needs leave after that? I'll just quit school altogether.
That's crazy. What do you know about the Herald of Death?
I heard he murdered hundreds of students here 15 years ago.
Hundreds? Really? I only heard that the crime scene still exists somewhere on campus. I don't feel too good about this. We should get out of here.
If we help the Express Gang, there's a chance we might get featured in The Fluffy.
Okay.
You're seriously obsessed with becoming famous.
He doesn't care about losing his life as long as he gets the clout. Any other students?
Yet another cycle of the Phantom Moon Games. Himiko, please take care of yourself.
Okay. So, Dragon, did you win? Do you have Emily now? Ooh, puzzle. Okay, which one is this? Is this the lighting? Yep, the spinny room, whatever, yeah. Okay. Right. Oh, you'll have two tracks. There's one. That took more spins than it should have, but you know what? We did it. Easy, light work. Okay. Out I go.
Reached the age where I actually enjoy brain teasers?
What? Okay. In.
Ugh, the atmosphere in this archive room is giving me the creeps. It's so gloomy. Almost like we've stumbled into Fixtroll Garden.
It was like this 15 years ago as well. The archives tracked all academic results. Near the final exams, students dissatisfied with their abilities often poured their frustration into painting unsettling things. There's a lot of data stored here. Aside from what my father organized for us, let's explore the other areas as well.
The Big Ol' Frog School.
If possible, keep an eye out for clues regarding Full Wish's life after graduation. She returned to her alma mater frequently, so there must be records of her visits. Dabbling in technology related to the abundance. Where exactly did she acquire it? Perhaps her past holds a clue.
Well, okay, so that's the main mission. I mean, so...
Is this?
Not again. Could Sparksy really have pulled the same trick again and left you a gift at the school? Tag on the Sparkle Doll. Confiscated from the Sparksy fan club's unauthorized late night gathering. Date of confiscation. Confiscated items. Sparkle plushie. Reason for confiscation. The 3 second-year students and 5 first-year students formed an unauthorized club called Sparksy Fan Club and held an unsanctioned gathering in the gymnasium late at night. Club members wore bizarre costumes, waved glow sticks, and chanted, "Destroy the old model," and "Sparksicle forever," all while surrounding the doll. The continuous noise resulted in a night patrol teacher suffering a sudden seizure and requiring emergency medical attention. Disposal method: stored in archive room to be returned upon graduation. So they're doing a ritual with the doll?
Ugh, did they really have to put this here?
I've looked through the catalog, and there are serious gaps in the data. After the incident, the Department of Aberration Defense must have confiscated a significant number of the school's archives and logs.
He looks so goofy. One's looking up, one's looking down. That's the main one. Mark.
Open up! Detective March 7th is on the case! So spill the beans! How much do you know about what happened 15 years ago?
You've got the wrong guy, I swear. I'm just an innocent cursed imaginary. I can't even move from this spot. I don't know anything. Rivet. The dean ordered me to dig up whatever materials I could find for you all to read.
Oh, I can't talk to him. Okay. And the computer. A little note. Is that Doge? A computer that's probably older than you, living out its golden years on this desk. Search Fullwish. Renowned entrepreneur, Fullwish visits school recently. Fullwish warmly shakes hands with students. What did they take away from the speech? Here's what the 3 students had to say.
There are so many press releases here.
Scroll forward a bit. Renowned entrepreneur Fullwish donates scholarship. School makes first appearance in Fullwish TV's annual university rankings. Fullwish TV covers our school's anniversary celebration once again.
The school's annual Distinguished Student Register from 1982 to 1984?
So just the 2 years?
For 3 consecutive years. First place was always Fullwish.
Search Herald of Death Incident. No results found for your search. The search page slaps the black text on a white background right in your face. We are very familiar with those.
The IPC has severed all channels of intel with its iron grip. Hardly a surprise.
Search Himiko.
Formal caution regarding a student's non-compliant hairstyle. Disciplinary action concerning a student's involvement in 3 food poisoning cases.
What?
Disciplinary notice for a student's involvement in a physical altercation.
Himiko, what kind of student were you? Simply magnificent. You raid with bated breath, and it takes a good long while before you snap out of it. Right, this isn't exactly the task at hand. I want to know. At the very bottom of all the entries regarding Himiko lies a faculty appointment notice from 15 years ago. That new red-haired assistant is the dean's daughter. Her constitution's weak, so she can't handle heavy labor. Remember, don't assign her anything outside of the clerical work. So, read the note in the bio. Let's stop there for now. Oh, I wanted to know more about Himiko. I wonder if it was our Himiko or if it was previous generations. No, but they're... What is Himiko's name? It can't be like Himiko or something, right? That'd be silly. Anyways. In any case. Because her dad is Ryusuke. Okay. Okay, continue. The label of this cabinet reads Alumni Yearbook. In which year did Fullwish graduate? You seem to remember you obtained this information somewhere. Recall deeper. Sometimes a little deduction is sufficient to make up for missing memories. It is currently year 1999 of Planarcadian calendar. The Herald of Death incident took place 15 years ago. I remembered it all along. The year Fullwish graduated is... You know, I already forgot. What was it? We were 1999. The thing was 15 years ago, so it was 1994. The first page is a somber graduation photo. None of the students in the photo betrayed any hint of a smile. They stood sparsely, like the teeth in an aged person's mouth, separated by the absences that could never be filled. In the alumni yearbook for the class of 1984, you find the page belonging to Fullwish. Okay. This is gonna be a bit to read. Class of 1984, alumni yearbook, Fullwish. Personal information. Name, Fullwish. Birthday. Address. Planarcadia Consternation Star Zone. Contact. Post-graduation destination. Institute of Cognitive Science. Oh, Cognitive Science. Garden Star of a Botanical Study. My interests. Favorite color. White. Dream destination. The seaside. Favorite animal. Hallucinogenia. Ideal career? Teacher. Messages from classmates. Graduation day has finally arrived, but so many never made it back. If I hadn't slipped away early that day, could I have done something for them? When I look at the empty seats in our classroom, I often feel guilty for being powerless. Fullwish, did you feel the same? But I've come to terms with it now. The past is the past. Those of us left behind will have to take care of ourselves. I hear the climate on Garden Star of Botanical Study is very different. Take care of yourself, Fullwish. See ya. Winning first place in the campus Imaginagenesis competition, ranking at the top for several consecutive semesters. You have always been outstanding, Full Wish. That's why I truly believe you can make it through that nightmare and show all of Plain Arcadia with a smile that we won't be easily defeated by a single tragedy. I've never doubted that. A new chapter in life is about to begin. Facing the lens of life. Please keep on smiling. Sarah. Message from teacher. Hearing that you will soon leave Plain Arcadia to pursue cognitive science, I can't help but feel a sense of loss. It's a failure on my part as a teacher that I couldn't inspire you to stay in the Imaginagenesis industry, but as your teacher, I fully understand your choice. To have helped shape a researcher like you for the Intelligentsia Guild fills me with deep pride. Intelligentsia. That was what Dr. Ratio was part of, right? Anyways, I sincerely wish you the vastest of horizons, Full Wish. May you realize your dreams, and may the sorrow sown in the past blossoms into flowers of happiness in the future. Hermione. Message from parents? Let's blank.
Garden Star of Botanical Study. Cognitive Science Research. Miss Dolly mentioned that Full Wish went beyond the sky to study after graduation. Turns out this is where she went. Let's go chat with the others.
We got info. What up?
Well, did you find anything?
Yes, I found these clues. You tell Himiko about the clues you discovered in the alumni catalog.
Garden Star of Botanical Study? It appears to be a greenhouse world located within the Consternation Star Zone. Oh, found it. Its property ownership is registered under a specific school within the Intelligentsia Guild. Strange. The name of the school is encrypted.
That's very weird.
I've heard conspiracy theories claiming the Herald of Death from 15 years ago was actually someone from the IPC. Given the great lengths the IPC went to in wiping away all traces after the incident, perhaps the rumors are true.
Full Wish was hurt by the Herald of Death. Yet after studying in an institution funded by the IPC, she became a suspect in the new Herald of Death incident.
Hi, Radical. Welcome back. Doing the 4.2 story, so spoiler warning, but hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Is that where Full Wish obtained the technology of the abundance?
You mean she created the happiness surgery after studying on that greenhouse world?
It's certainly possible, but the information is still too vague to make any judgments. I'm more inclined to think that after witnessing the power of the Herald of Death, she resolved to uncover the truth behind it. That's why she went to another world to study after graduation. But is the knowledge she gained in just a few short years enough to create the happiness surgery?
Yeah, I mean, you never know how long those research, if they had like a breakthrough early on or not, but interesting. I've done the story already, so I'm safe to watch. Nice!
If the power of the abundance used in the happiness surgery stems from the Herald of Death's lingering poison, would the IPC, who have tried to hide this in every way possible, really be unaware of her actions? There are too many things here that an ordinary scholar simply couldn't achieve. Perhaps I should contact her as a fellow alumna and have an open, honest talk.
Yeah, because up to now she hasn't talked to Himiko, right? So maybe she can discover something by talking to her herself.
Contact Full Wish as her senior? After all this time, would she even want to see you?
I don't know.
Can you tell us about the Full Wish you knew?
Back then, I had taken a leave of absence from university due to health issues. So I was doing some idle work at my father's school to clear my mind. Full Wish would occasionally run to the library to slack off. She and Belle always appeared together, helping me organize newspaper clippings and library cards, all while chattering on about classmates' crushes and the latest gossip. They didn't treat me like a patient who needed special care, nor did they treat me like the dean's daughter.
That's nice.
We often shared snacks brought from home and secretly dug out the school's collection of ancient books and paintings to admire them. Full Wish, she was the model student, always knowing a little more than everyone else. Her questions often went beyond the textbooks, pushing past the boundaries of what someone her age should know. When she looked through those illustrations of Imagine, her eyes would always sparkle.
Glorb? What's with the Glorb? What happened? Did you win in your polls or no?
I could feel the passion in her eyes, and an unspeakable sense of loneliness.
Got nothing. Oh, maybe next time. Just wanted to. Okay.
If she still remembers our old friendship, she will meet me. Full Wish is walking a dangerous path right now, and the deeper someone walks into the abyss, the more they crave the recognition and understanding of old friends. I want to ask her myself, why has the happiness she pursues become an illusion that can only be maintained by a taboo surgery?
I will protect you. Keep Himiko safe.
Me too.
Thank you, you two. And thank you for your investigation. Though many questions remain unanswered, at least I now have a clearer picture of her movements after graduation. By the way, before we leave the school, there's one more place I'd like to visit. Before I meet Full Wish, I want to say goodbye to that memory from 15 years ago.
You mean that old school building from 15 years ago?
Right. Wherever Himiko wants to go, I'll go. Wait, am I seeing things? Miss Sally should be here, right? Oh. I should find a chance to ask her about it. Well, time for this to turn into a spooky game. You're not even sleeping. You have your eyes open. Do you have Do you? You also have your eyes open. Oh, this isn't open. Let's leave it open at least. Okay, perfect. Let's go. Wait, what? Is it the wall? Description. What we call a long life is nothing but a slideshow strung together from countless moments. Okay. We must stay on task. Okay, we're out of the spooky zone, I guess. Small items created by a certain mysterious hacker grow after hacking into Play in Arcadia. Breaking them will go ding and a temporarily grant a movement speed bonus and combat buffs. Free speed. Wait, what do we go? Where's the? Okay, I'm just blind. This way. Ta-ta! Money! I don't know if I like this music. Oh, there's a thing to activate. Oh, okay. Now we're good. The classroom. Oh!
I'm so sorry. I just couldn't finish tidying up the ribbons, and now I've dragged you into staying this late.
Don't worry about it, Belle. It was my turn on duty today anyway.
It kind of does sound like her voice.
Himeko? Is this?
Yes. In this imaginated classroom, the after images of the students from 15 years ago still linger in their original places.
Tomorrow is the school anniversary. I wonder how lively it will be. They've invited parents here. Will your parents be coming?
No, the bullies? What do you mean the bullies? There's no bullies. If Himiko was in college 15 years ago during the previous game, she was probably 18 or 22, then that puts her at 33, 37. Way of slipping actually giving us concrete info. Yep, that's not concrete enough, but I wonder how that works, because does time run the same everywhere in space? I only, I guess, question it a little bit because, like, well, I guess the logic of other movies doesn't apply, like in Interstellar, like the time dilation shenanigans that was happening, you know? So I'm like, I wonder. And then also, we technically spent, well, it was a digital world, so much time in Emporius, like, well, even Vinon spent so many cycles and stuff, like, you know? I'm like, does time-ish time equal everywhere? Super concrete by Hoya standards. That's true. You can narrow it down even further if, Himiko was Full Wish's senior by a year, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, but still. Pretty good estimate. Is it called time dilation? Am I? No, yeah, it is. It is time dilation. So I'm like, I wonder if, again, Genshin, if Hoyo's gonna be like, oh, time runs differently, so it's actually not been that much time, or she's not that old, or who knows. But still, decent estimate. Miss Full Wish is around the same age. And she calls us young ones, even though in, I guess, the simulated universe we spent so many more years. But interesting. Now it's got me thinking, like, how does time work everywhere? Yeah, the gravity impact on time. Yeah. You got old and age yourself back down, so who knows for her. Because Herta had that whole thing with... was it one of the memo keepers that was trying to take her memories to see... Take her memories or witness? Because she wanted to talk to the Eon of erudition, Noose. And then she put the person inside one of her mirrors, and she's like, oh yeah, you're only gonna be there for a 10th of a lifetime. And then like, she's like, a 10th of my lifetime. And I think she said that she lives for a long time, or at least alluded that her lifetime is really, really long, so the person was gonna be trapped there for a long time. But if you can just indefinitely age yourself backwards again, technically it would be a form of being like immortal in a way. Immortal of, at least from dying from getting older. But anyways. Interesting. Food for thought, I guess. But good to know. We can at least estimate some character ages, kind of.
Oh, Full Wish?
That's Full Wish from her youth.
Yeah, Dad already took time off. By now he's probably out on the streets with Mom, picking out formal wear.
You nerds. What do you mean? I had to dig up if they said about how many Ember Eras Herd has been alive, but she's at least pushing Xian show lifespan numbers. Oh yeah. She's definitely long-lived at the very least. And then do we even know how long life species live for? No. Too many questions. Though there's not enough answers.
If it's my daughter's performance, we have to dress to the nines. That's just like him. He always loves making those kinds of jokes.
You guys are nerds? Well, what's wrong with that? This is interesting stuff.
Then you'd better put on a good show, huh?
It's okay. At least I'm not a compulsive gambler.
There won't be a show anymore, Belle.
Oh. Oh. Right, we're in the sad stories.
Because unexpected guests have arrived.
Hello.
Everyone from the Astral Express and Himiko. I didn't expect to meet you here. Did you enjoy yourselves at Star Rail Fest? Did you grant those smiling kids their wishes and bring joy to everyone?
Full wish.
Himiko, you recognized me at just a glance.
Full wish.
I thought Himiko was at school like the rest of us that day. When I saw Belle lying in a pool of blood, when I was crushed under the collapsed wall and unable to breathe, the thought crossed my mind.
The actual natives don't actually die as much as get more struck. I recall correctly that was usually an issue where they start pushing 1,000. So basically, it would be them dying of like old age, right? Because like when people, like even just humans, get older, people will die because of their everything declining and they get sick, you know? Is that dark to talk about? But anyways, in the case of in the Lafu, they're more prone to getting Mara struck if they're older, right? Benton is on Fortnite. What? Naruto's on Fortnite? I don't play Fortnite, so congrats. I'm happy for you. But if they can keep that in check, they can just keep living, I think. Like, Hanya hit that point a long time ago, and the Ten Lord Commission just has to keep wiping her memories to keep that in check. That's true. And then, well, Shuyi is a puppet, so I guess the same wouldn't apply to her. And Jing Liu is Mara's struck, right? But she kind of keeps it in check. Yeah, they don't age physically where standard causes of death kick in. If they don't die in battle, mental trauma accumulates and they get Mara struck. Yeah. Okay, I was like, I don't remember the specifics, but yeah, that's what it be. But still, it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not my nerd. Alright, you compulsive gambler. And then Blade is also Mara's struck, as far as I know. Though he gets settled down by Kafka's powers. When stop the Mara struckness. And Jingli went Mara struck, and only someone pulled herself out of it when she decided that a god needed to die. Yeah, it's her way of staying sane, since being Mara struck practically just makes you go crazy. I'm not a compulsive gambler, I can stop whatever I want. Dragon, I swear every time I talk to you, you're just like, it's time to gamble. Whether I have to gamble, you get someone else to gamble, it's always gambling talks. The most you sound is let it rain. And you're the only one that's using it. You have no proof. Alright, pull up the logs, pull up the activity feed. I'm just kidding. Anyways. I wonder how, I guess, the lifespans of each planet differentiates itself in different planets. Because I'm assuming Bellapog ages just like we do. Amphoris is digital, so it doesn't work the same way. We haven't been to enough planets to have enough proof. I need more alien stuff. More, I guess, extraterrestrial stuff. Logs are made by AI. What do you mean? That's crazy. An alien, like, not like Alien Romulus or whatever the last Alien movie I watched is. This spooky. Oh, Glorp is acceptable. Sure. I love the game. I really do. But I'd like to see more. I guess it's just that I want more non-humans playable. Though we technically already have that with like puppets and robots, but that's okay. it was a deal breaker, I probably would have ended up playing a different game or something. Okay, pulling up all the glorps is crazy. But still, there should be a boss fight, right? Full Wish is probably gonna end up being the big bad. Because I don't think it's gonna be the Herald of Death, but they say Full Wish is gonna take the place of the Herald of Death. But I guess we're gonna have to keep playing to find out. But yes, I lost track. That's okay. We can keep going. But we should play Alien Isolation. I don't think I've ever heard of Alien Isolation. Worse than gambling. It's so real. Dragon's 2 Vices. Big news? What's up? What's the big news? Did you gamble and win or something? Let me look up Alien Isolation. Survival game. Oh, maybe I have seen screenshots of this. Ew. I was gambling earlier. Okay, that's all I know you. Stop reading my mind. It's not reading your mind, it's more like predictability. Something, okay. I'm not gonna read that one. Alien Isolation is a 2014 survival horror game developed by Creative Assembly. I don't know if I want to play this game. Oh, it is like the Alien, because it's the same franchise. Okay, I see. I think the only Alien movie I've seen is Alien vs. Predator and Alien... I literally said the name earlier and I forgot. But anyways. So, made me uncomfortable. It was a good movie though. It was fun. Basically, you need to escape the alien. Yup. Gotta escape the... what is it called? The xenomorph or something? But... should I buy the Tachi skin? I mean, if you have the funds for it, go for it. But, wait. Oh, the gambling that you're talking about isn't for Emily. Must be a different game. Okay. But, well, back to the spooky times. Oh, nice.
Poor Himiko. If you had met the Herald of Death with that delicate frame of yours.
Got Zani at 67. Zani, she's the one that she wears like a suit, right? And then part of her clothes like burn off, like was it her sleeves or something? When she ults or whatever? Yes, I remember. Arthur showed me Zani. Oh, not the... okay, fine. Okay, hold on. That'll be the last thing I do. Or add. I'm getting distracted. I gotta lock in, you know? But anyways. Or Hemoclip, you hadn't met the Herald of Death with that delicate frame of yours.
But who would have guessed? You're alive and living quite well.
Healthy Himiko.
You became the navigator of the Astral Express, roaming freely beyond the sky, just like the three of us used to talk about in our chats. Your dream came true. Congratulations are in order. Himiko, do you know 15 years have passed? And my wounds have mostly healed.
I changed my mind. Okay. Hold on, I'll do it in a bit.
Regrettably, there are some scars and emptiness that time can never heal. Look around. Even here, even with these phantoms, their seats are still empty. Belle, Leon, Ziania,
Leon?
Mia, and so many others. 15 years have passed, and I've learned that time isn't a cure. It's a shroud, binding itself around me, layer upon layer. So I made a decision. I'm going to tear it open. I'm going to let everything bloody and unforgettable beneath it see the light of day again.
See the light of day? You were a victim of the Herald of Death, only to become the second Herald of Death yourself? You intend to use a power you can't possibly comprehend to win the Phantasmoon games. How are you any different from that monster back then? From the monster that took your parents' lives?
They do say that sometimes the abused becomes the abuser, and I guess that's kind of what's happening. Or the victim becomes... I don't remember how the saying goes. Anyways. Oh, it's not working? Maybe next time it'll work? I don't know.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't compare you to that devil. You still have a chance. Stop this now.
Stop? I'm sorry. I don't quite understand what you're saying.
You know exactly what we're talking about. Oh, I clicked the wrong one.
I would
That line.
advise everyone to think twice before making rash accusations. As a media professional, let me give you a piece of advice. From now on, when you're in front of a camera lens, watch your expressions and be cautious with your words and actions. At the very least, try not to look so flustered during this public exchange. We live in a world where we are constantly gazed upon and watched by others. This camera crew was originally prepared for my upcoming speech, but meeting you all here, it really adds a wonderful dramatic flair. To the audience watching from your screens, you know my name, and I know that right now, you are watching me. 15 years ago, with the tacit approval of the IPC and the Arcadia Council, the Master of Elation's divine ritual degenerated into a barbaric, bloody game. You and I, the residents of this Arcadia, surrendered a lifetime of dignity, wealth, and time to them. All in exchange for a single full meal. We are surrounded by bizarre entertainment and stimulating gore. We soak all day in shallow, boring programs, achieving nothing.
I'm not touching Hinato. Which one should I go? I like Hinato because she's white. I'm gonna touch it because he has Sephora. Gonna put the names on the wheel, let it ride. Sure, go for it. Honestly, I've never seen Naruto, so that's all on you. You got this, I believe.
And now, we must live in fear of the unscrupulous atrocities of these supplicants from beyond the sky, forcing smiles as we applaud and cheer for them. Is this the happiness the god promised us?
I mean, it's okay. You can always watch it later. I don't know. I don't know if I will watch it.
No! Absolutely not! The Master of Elation would never be deceived by miracles, but with pain and blood. What they desire to see are heartfelt smiles. And so, they granted me a revelation. Everyone, on that evening 15 years ago, what saved me was not luck. It was not the supplicants. And it was certainly not the IPC.
Smile, or whatever the stuff is inside her.
Right here, as the Herald of Death approached, step by step, the one who sent down a miracle was the Master of Elation. They allowed me to escape with my life. And when I was trapped in a small room, consumed by loneliness, they sent me a mask. They revealed my mission to me. To bring happiness back to a plain Arcadia. that has lost its smile. I, Fullwish, survivor of the Bloodstained Games, hereby formally announce that I will join the Phantom Moon Games! In this game, I shall win the Eon of Elation's authority. And then, I will make smiles of happiness bloom on the faces of every single person in Plain Arcadia! Himiko, don't frown. Smile. I will bring happiness to you too, just as I will bring it to everyone. I won't manipulate the Phantom Moon Games like those high and mighty IPC executives. Nor will I treat the rewards granted by the God of Elation as bargaining chips for profit.
So, I don't like her. You will, or you'll have to go and treat the game forever. Okay. What's with the threats? So I'm season 3 of Dr. Stone. Hey, nice. I like Dr. Stone. That's fun.
We are in Plain Arcadia, so we should decide the winner in a Plain Arcadian way. I'll give you a stage if that's what you want. I invite you all to a televised debate at Fullwish TV in Seafeld City. The invitation extends to all supplicants.
A plain Arcadian way? That's just a way that benefits you. We're not going.
You can refuse, of course, but then, under the gaze of billions of viewers, you must accept your public image as frauds deceiving the world and cowards with guilty consciences. Remember, this isn't just an invitation. It is your only chance to defeat me in front of everyone. Since you believe you represent what is right. The stage is set. Come and perform this final act that will determine the future of the Arcadia with me. Or simply leave. The choice is yours.
Darn it! Are we just going to let Fullwish walk away?
We are right in the middle of the cameras she prepared. Remember to be cautious with your words and actions.
Yep, then they'll edit it and make us look bad.
Let's leave here and return to the Express.
Yep. Well, help.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Arcadian Morning Report. We're continuing our exclusive coverage. Just moments ago, we received some shocking news. The head of our station, Lady Fullwish, has officially announced that she will be entering the Phantom Moon Games as a supplicant.
At the same time, Lady Fullwish has announced a blockbuster special! The end of a century TV debate! She's inviting supplicants to the Fullwish TV studio to discuss and debate the topic, what kind of future will the Phantom Moon Games bring to this world?
What a magnificent topic! At a time when supplicants from beyond the sky are brazenly suppressing and insulting our local heroes, finally, a supplicant has appeared who truly cares about and represents the citizens of Plain Arcadia.
Too true! Ever since these Phantom Moon Games began, signs of things spiraling out of control have been popping up everywhere. First, the famous streamer Sparksy tried to spread a mimetic virus. Then the nameless of the Astral Express clashed with the Daybreak Squadron, causing severe damage to Lookout Cloud and the Skyline Express line.
With so many accidents happening, you really can't help but wonder, are we seeing a repeat of the Bloodstained Games from 15 years ago?
You got that right! Speaking of the Bloodstained Games 15 years ago, Miss Fullwish herself was a survivor of that tragedy. She's come such a long way, never once letting her painful past keep her down. A true legend of resilience. Now Miss Fullwish has joined the fray as a supplicant. She must be here to stop the tragedy from repeating itself and to reclaim the peaceful days this world deserves from the hands of supplicants from beyond the sky.
Will she be able to shoulder the wishes of all Plain Arcadia and set this game right again after it's spiraled out of control?
Ah! Let's wait and see.
So shameless.
Can you go to school for me tomorrow? Huh? Me? I haven't been to school in a long time. You've got this. I believe in you. You just gotta lock in.
Reporting news about your own station director on your own TV station? And you still have the gall to pretend you've received some shocking news? Don't you guys talk to each other internally?
You know, school, college, it's a bit... Isn't college also school? Yeah, it should be school. Anyways, it's a bit worse. You can do it. What? Listen, I've already graduated with my bachelor's degree. I do not need to go back.
I see. Full Wish actively issued a challenge. I ran a search. Seafeld City is a port town neighboring Duo-Mention City. Full Wish TV's predecessor, Seafeld TV, is located there. Looking at it this way, the televised debate is obviously nothing more than a diversion. What Full Wish wants most is for us to walk right into the trap she's prepared. So, what do you think?
I accept your challenge.
You're really going to the TV station to fight her?
Yes.
I'll go, but not to debate. I'm going to tear off her mask of happiness in front of the entire audience.
Bye. You can do it. Well, I don't doubt that I can, but do I want to, is the question.
But before we act, I need more help.
Help? We can all help you. Wait. Do you mean...
I can take her 1v1. Oh, never mind. Sunday.
Sparksy.
Oh.
Ever since Sunday was dragged into the Phantom Moon games by Yao Guang, he hasn't returned for days.
We should go check on him, no? Fight, yes. I'm ready for the battle.
However, I haven't heard of him making any public appearances either. Asking him to cooperate as a wildcard right now is a good idea.
But what's the deal with finding Sparksy?
Whether Sparksy counts as our ally is a massive question mark. But right now, there is indeed something we need her help with. Full Wish said that when loneliness trapped her in that small room, the Master of Elation sent her a mask.
For real?
Her claim might just be a glorified way of saying the tavern sent her an invitation.
Oh, so fools.
But that phrasing reveals that she is likely a masked fool. If every fool has stepped into the tavern before, then there must be traces hidden there left by Full Wish as a fool. Just like
how we tracked down the clues about SparksyCon.
Sparksy. Will she stand on our side? Well, this is certainly a condition she wouldn't be able to turn down.
Oh, Avanesia. Not long before, in the Phantom Moon courtyard. Yao Guang.
You just said. As for the brewing storm, whether the turmoil once again is the result of the laughter's mischief. What exactly was that supposed to mean? You mean to say the Joy Seeker wants to destroy the very rules they laid down? The game they wove with their own hand?
Come over here. This fox mask is a ritual instrument I once used in dance and music. It accompanied me across vast distances in search of an elixir of immortality, a mark of who I was in life. I've lost count of how long it has been since I last wore it since being enlightened and transplanted here. But here it is, presented upon the altar again, which means...
You are our participant.
As the game's referee, you've been pushed onto the field. In this moment, you are now a supplicant.
Yep.
For over a century, I presided over a war game in which supplicants carved out their own territories and vied for supremacy, using the power of the masks. I've also hosted survival games, where emanators took the stage to compete, invoking Ionic powers to try and slaughter every last opponent in a single day. Whenever the Phantom Moon games are at risk of being suspended or disrupted, I will use the authority granted by the Elation and the Abundance to measure, judge, and punish any violators. I guess you could call me the security protocol for the Phantom Moon games. But now, someone has gone and designated me as a supplicant. It's utterly unheard of. Who else but the Laughter could pull off something like this?
Perhaps some entity harboring a deep-seated hatred for the Laughter.
Who could it be? Entities like that. I couldn't count them all even if I used my toes. I warned that jerk ages ago. Take a joke too far, and you're bound to make enemies. See? Instant karma.
Never mind who he is or what he's after. We're here now. So what do you plan on doing? Fortune rests upon misfortune, and misfortune gives rise to fortune. Becoming a supplicant isn't necessarily a bad thing. Wouldn't that allow you to step openly into this chaos and drag the puppet master into the light?
True. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? Basically, I didn't expect her to bring out her toes in the count.
You're looking to team up with me? Team up with someone from the abominations of abundance that you Xianzhou people despise?
That's hardly appropriate. You're an ancient sacred tree. It's the furthest thing from an abomination of abundance, no?
Oh, your standards are certainly flexible. The hunt and the abundance. We really make quite the interesting pair. So, where do you plan on starting?
How about we start by freeing my friend in the tree?
Sunny?
I nearly forgot about that. Chip away, little bird. I'll allow it.
General Yao Guang and Miss Fox, I've received some news that might interest you.
A happiness surgery that wipes away suffering. The power of abundance in this world is disgustingly excessive. It seems the most terrifying omen I foresaw may not originate from the Stellaron hunters, nor from plain Arcadia itself. This supplicant, called Full Wish, is also a dangerous variable.
If you can, I would ask that you direct your focus toward Seafeld City.
You want to take a trip to Seafeld City? It seems I'll have to use some special measures to shorten the journey.
Oh, this is the part I've been looking forward to the most. I've always been curious where exactly this secret court is located, and what it connects to.
Xianzhou lady, let me show you this world's most impressive method of travel. Here we are!
Instant transmission.
Already? Wait. Why are we at this station?
Because naturally, we're taking the express to get where we're going.
Never mind.
All that build-up, and this is your idea of an impressive method of travel?
Well, what else? That's why I said you've definitely never seen this before. It's the Bulletworm Express. I bet you've never taken a ride on this.
You're the arbitrator of the Phantom Moon games. For crying out loud. Don't you have a cooler way of getting around?
You're a great general of the Xianzhou for crying out loud. Don't you have a cooler way to get around?
Fine, fine. For the first time in my life, I finally know what it feels like to be a fool.
Ding dong! The train bound for Seafeld City is arriving at the station.
Hey, you got any money on you? Spot me a ticket, would ya?
That's the second time.
So, what was it from? Robin sings it, right? I don't remember. What? Oh, we can try her? What does she do? Can I? Sure. You know what? I don't think. You know, we're running with this. Whatever. She's cute.
Petals fall without a trace.
Wait, what?
Petals fall without a trace.
Pretty. Reminding me of the Byakuya's attack from Bleach.
You haven't said a word the whole way, Xianzhou Diviner. Are you
Just
mesmerized by the scenery? Or is there something in your divinations weighing on your mind?
After casting divinations 1,000 times, one may learn to keep a still heart. Yet, each foreseen omen of doom still clouds the inner lake with gathering shadows. That is why, before divining, I usually wipe clean my mind's eye to clear away stray thoughts, lest the outcome be disturbed.
Take a word of advice from someone slightly your senior. Maybe it's nothing new to you. If we treat every approaching calamity like a final reckoning, wouldn't an infinite lifespan turn into prolonged suffering?
Enjoy the present. Indeed, yet worldly joys are fleeting as morning dew, while our duties are as immovable as heavy mountains.
Diviners often miss the fun right in front of them because they foresee tomorrow's suffering. But have you ever thought about this? That so-called suffering of tomorrow might just be the poisonous fruit sown by you being terrified today.
Oh.
It is precisely because we know the ending that every scene along the way is so precious and unique, isn't it?
Yep.
Look at this harbor before us. When I first set foot here, all these streets, the fishing boats, the people, none of them existed. As far as the eye could see, there was only fire. The seas had been vaporized, leaving only fractured seabeds and ash that blotted out the sun. The demonic legions from beyond still hadn't departed, and the waves that would surge into Dovebrook had, in that moment, not yet arrived. Just on the mountain over there, a painter and I looked out at the iron-red scars on the earth. She told me, that which vanishes is bound to return. She swore to use her brush to preserve everything claimed by the destruction.
It seems she succeeded.
And so, I too shall keep my promise to her, maintaining the course of the Phantasmoon Games until the sands of time slip away. With every descent into this game's cycles, I shall enjoy myself to the fullest. Like sipping tea, be it sweet or bitter, I shall savor the flavor of every instant. To do otherwise would be
to savor a fleeting moment against the backdrop of eternity. Naturally, the flavor is profound. A pity, though. Even as a long-life species, my time is brief compared to yours. As a Xianzhou native, the karma I carry is far too heavy. I could never learn how to be as carefree as you. Miss Evanescia, what to you is a game to be savored, is a life and death reality for the living beings of plain Arcadia?
Alright then. Next up, I'm entering brooding and edgy serious mode.
That won't be necessary. I shall use the Eye of Ishvara to divine the fates of the people in Seafeld City. If they face imminent catastrophe, a red fate slip will be hanging above their heads. The rainbow surveys the heavens, perceiving 1,000 forms. Across the meridians of destiny, the jade abacus reveals its script. The celestial eye opens and shuts as calamity and fortune reveal themselves. Calamity looms overhead. The crimson slip is cast.
Let me see. Oh, those are the good ones, right?
Mr. Sunday will share my insight with you through the spirit bird, Miss Evanesia. Please, bear witness.
Is that their fate hanging over their heads?
Precisely. Come on, let's take a closer look.
Only some of them.
Attention, passengers.
Odd. Why do these people have wheel slips hanging over their heads?
Astral Express, boo! Get out of Seafeld City! Astral Express, boo! Get out of Plain Arcadia!
Okay.
Oh, good afternoon. Would you two lovely young ladies care to join us in protest for the bright future of Seafeld City?
Hey, Pops. You guys are grinning like it's a holiday festival, but your slogans sound so fierce. Doesn't that feel a bit weird?
We Seafeld folk pride ourselves on our manners. Even when expressing dissatisfaction, we do it with a smile. Now that's real happiness etiquette.
We won't let anyone ruin this serenity. Come on, ma'am. We have a flag with us. You'll feel better in no time.
Their emotions are so synchronized. It's like they rehearsed it. This kind of happiness feels like some compulsory routine.
We've been infected.
Their smiles sent shivers down my spine. Hey, wasn't it your Director Fullwish who invited the Astral Express crew here to debate? Shooing your guests away like this is hardly polite.
You! You're from the Astral Express, aren't you?
Hey, so do I really look that much like a nameless? It's not like I have a boarding pass stuck to my face.
You... What are you so happy about?
Just look at you, dyeing your hair like that at such a young age, instead of doing something decent with yourself. You're no better than that bunny on the Astral Express. Anyone could tell you're not from around here.
He doesn't know. But she's
Hey,
old.
jerk! It's not dyed. And for the record, March Bunny is adorable. Wait, what happened to all those happy smiles on your faces before? How did you flip the switch so fast?
You people from beyond the sky. You just don't understand our happiness. If you keep causing trouble, don't blame us if we get nasty.
My apologies. My little sister is young and doesn't know better. We'll be on our way.
Who are you kidding? Sisters? You two aren't even the same species. Cause any more trouble and I'll call a whole boatload of Ploos to toss you both into the sea as fish food.
Optional. Let's do the optional stuff. Should be on the way. There's a chest. Okay, hold on. Side mission. Must get the chest. That's mine now.
The sun is
shining and the vibes are immaculate. This is Fullwush TV's Happiness on the Street, bringing you real smiles straight from the streets of Seafeld. You two look like visitors from afar. I take it you're also following Plain Arcadia's grand event, the Phantasmoon Games?
Of course we're following it. It's not every day you see something this lively.
That's great. We've noted many echoing widespread concerns that the Astral Express's intervention is dragging our sacred Phantasmoon Games into a quagmire of competition with outsiders. What are your thoughts on this?
Widespread concerns? Mr. Reporter, I suspect your question already comes neatly packaged with its own answer.
Judging motives is futile. What we want to be focusing on is the real-life consequences of our actions.
Oh, that's so deep! Many Seafelders feel that rather than any IPC vision of prosperity, it's the healing smiles, healing Arcadias proposed by Lady Fullwish that is the more grounded future we desperately need. What is your take on this?
If the happiness comes at the cost of stripping away the perception of all pain, then it calls into scrutiny just how authentic such a happiness really is.
Exactly. By that logic, eating candy until your teeth fall out counts as happiness too, right? I mean, hey, at least it tasted sweet.
That's a very vivid analogy. Finally, a hypothetical question. If you had to choose, do you believe the preservation defined by outsiders or the happiness advocated by Miss Foolish better represents the future of Plain Arcadia?
The real future has never existed within such a narrow dichotomy. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Thank you both for sharing. Have a wonderful day! All defensive answers, not a single morsel for us. This whole segment is wasted. Go find some citizens who can chuck us a few happiness testimonials to pad out the reel.
A wheel slip? This one's a lucky wheel, too.
Isn't that a good thing?
His switch up was really fast, though. I didn't take the bait, you know. Let's go.
Bid farewell to painful memories and embrace the eternal now. Let the smile of happiness become your only truth. Follow Master Fullwish's path, embrace rebirth, and you and I can both become the happiest people in this Arcadia.
How very strange. No matter how many times I perform the divination, the signs hovering above the passers-by in Seafeld City are all wheels, signifying peace.
It's because they're happy.
Is my Eye of Ishvar suffering interference from a supplicant's abilities here? But how is that possible?
I actually think your judgment is looking more and more likely. The pedestrians on the roadside, the fishermen at the port, the shopkeepers on the street, and the ones preaching happiness. From the moment I entered this port city, I felt it. Something stirring gently within them, resonating with the same essence I carry. This entity is far too faint. I can scarcely feel its strength. It was once shattered to nothing, crushed into powder, burned down to ash, nearly extinguished. But it has no concept of death, and so it simply went to sleep. It quietly lurks, waiting for the farmer to scatter it across the fields. Given time, it will inevitably wake up again.
I believe most people in this city must have undergone the happiness surgery. Just look at the spectacle the Smile Society is putting on over there.
At the courtyard, you once said, "Fortune rests upon misfortune."
A great calamity for some. but for others, perhaps a turning point leading to ultimate bliss. If there really is something that lets people survive apocalyptic disaster, then a wheel slip hanging above their heads would be only fitting. However, those who survive will no longer be human.
By that time, there won't be any need for a general of the Xianzhou to petition an audience. The gaze of the hunt will be firmly locked on this place. Follow me.
Okay.
What's your plan?
My plan? As the referee of the Phantom Moon Games, former referee, I mean, when faced with a supplicant who blatantly breaks the rules and dispenses blessings on a whim, the only thing I can do is issue an executive ruling.
So, this so-called ruling, does it involve summoning a bolt of lightning from the sky to just zap foolish dead out of nowhere?
It's nothing so violent. For my judgment, I must first retrieve the sacred instrument. Only by using it to measure the supplicant's crimes can we sever her power. It's like a gardener pruning overgrown branches. We're almost there.
Okay.
Attention visitors. Please keep off the grass and refrain from picking flowers.
There's
We
a
ask
like
that
and
you
dislike
treat
on
public
that.
facilities with care. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy your visit. May the laughter keep you smiling.
Other stuff another time. No?
Is this it? You keep the sacred instrument out here in broad daylight? Aren't you worried someone might make it disappear?
Gotta hide it.
Hold your horses. We've still got a ways to go. As for my precious measuring instrument, do you really think I'd just leave it lying around in the middle of nowhere?
With all due respect, there is no path ahead. I get it. It's probably just an optical illusion. Extraordinary beings like you always love pulling that "the path only opens to the destined" trick. What's next? A secret passphrase? Do I find a stone matrix and jump through it? Or maybe... do you sing a little song, wave your hand, and the trees just obediently stand up and split into two neat rows?
I'm no Woof Woof Dawn. I don't have that kind of skill. A long time ago, I raised a floating island right here for someone to paint. To prevent others from wandering in by mistake, I asked that artist to paint thick fog and woodland here, so passersby wouldn't stray inside. We made a deal. As long as I play my song, the fog will disperse.
She was right about the song. Okay. Shit, ads are running. Oh, that's the way in.
Attention visitors. Please keep off the grass and refrain from picking flowers. We ask that
There's a puzzle nearby. Was I wrong? Oh, was it all the way back here? That's fine. We can go back there. Okay. It wasn't that puzzle. Which was... right... here. Okay. Where are we with it? Just 2? 3? No, 2. What is that? Now, after stepping onto a rotation relay that provides free spins, rotating the world no longer consumes attempts. And the rotation axis shifts from the character to the center of the world. Oh. Easy. Okay. We are speed.
Attention visitors, please keep off the grass and refrain from picking.
Okay. Oh, dogs. Okay, I understand.
That's a cute puppy. Looks like it's taken a liking to you.
I'll just borrow this cutie's head for a sec.
I think I can make it there. Elation is a foundation or a fountain of happiness, but any spring from which fools and actors also drink from something. We didn't get all the way, but that's fine. Okay. Off we go.
Here we are.
Okay. Oh my god. I don't know how to read. My bad, my bad. I was worried that the message was gonna go away, so I was trying to memorize it, but we're good. Orpheus Lyre. It's open.
Attention visitors, please keep off the grass and refrain from picking flowers. We ask that you treat public facilities with care.
No taking the flowers.
What do you think? It's beautiful, isn't it?
Compared to the Yuchue scenery, I suppose it's more natural.
Would it kill you to pay a compliment?
Yes.
So pretty. It's almost moon-shaped. The moon.
What are you laughing at?
My apologies. I didn't mean to mock. I was merely curious. Is this thing really the sacred instrument with which you pass judgment upon supplicants? Is it really just a literal ruler?
Hey, don't underestimate the spirit branch of true law. When it first appeared in the form of a blade 150 years ago, it could cleave a mountain in half with a single effortless swing.
Miss Evanesia, let's keep such fanciful tales between us, shall we? Best not go spreading them around. If any of the Cosmicon Collective players find out, we'll never hear the end of their complaints about how mountain-busting power levels are for noobs.
I never expected a high-ranking Xianzhou general to be so well-versed in the gossip here on Plain Arcadia.
Such is the way of a diviner. To enter a place is to observe its local custom.
Same goes for us arbiters. Times change, and my babies have to change with them. Just picture it. A pretty girl in a school uniform, striding through the streets with a giant sword slung over her shoulder. You're right.
I see you are a law-abiding citizen, Miss Evanesia. Cute. Now then, please, begin your measuring.
It's measuring time.
sway and sever this world, and engrave the laws of the cosmos. Spirit branch of true law. By the scale that adjudicates reality and illusion, truth and falsehood. Measure for me all sins beneath the Phantom moon that transgress the law. What
does that
is
mean?
going on? It's telling me Full Wish is not a supplicant.
What?
If she's not a supplicant, then there's no way to judge whether she's transgressed or not.
What do you mean? If Full Wish isn't a supplicant, why would she openly declare that she's joining the Phantom Moon Games? And that mask, back of the altar, shaped like an 8-legged creature. Just who does it belong to?
Has she not accepted it yet or something?
Behind that mask, countless supplicants are wearing it. They're spread across all Seafood. No, all of Duo mentioned City too. Supplicants, they're everywhere.
So it's all the happiness people.
Not in the history of the Phantom Moon Games have I ever seen a situation like this.
General, someone is approaching your position. It's Don Hung, and...
Blade? And Ashrael.
Don Hung, you've returned. And the one beside you. Blade. Or perhaps I should call you by your true name. One of the Xianzhou's most wanted criminals, Yingxing. You've delivered yourself into my hands. Good.
General of the Yuchue, your vision remains confined within the laws of the Xianzhou. I came here to kill our common enemy.
Our common enemy? You are the Xianzhou's enemy. Ever since you became a Stellaron hunter, you have slain countless emissaries of judgment sent by the Shuling Palace of Law to capture you. You even incited the artisans of the Juming to reforge your blade, entangling them in your crimes. But your most unforgivable crime is daring to break into the Ten Lords Commission restricted area on the Xianzhou Yuchue with your accomplices. You destroyed the Ashen Steelwood, disturbed the slumber of our valiant heroes, and stole the secrets of the dead. What kind of vision drove you to commit the countless crimes of your past? And what common enemy could possibly stand between you and me? By all means, enlighten me.
Oh? Well, I was in seclusion all these years. You've clearly been up to quite a lot. If I'd known you were such a magnet for trouble back when you came to the Juming, begging for a sword, I would have dragged you out of the forge and drafted you into my crew myself. Tied up, if necessary.
And this would be?
A pleasure to meet you, General Yao Guang. It's truly touching that my friends on the Xianzhou have kept me in their thoughts for all these years.
Oh.
I never change my name, no matter where I roam. I am La Mancha.
Okay. Wasn't he saying literally last time that he didn't want us
You're
to be using that name?
obviously using a fake name.
Yeah. Being silly.
The head of the Galaxy Rangers. I didn't expect this trip to come with such a pleasant surprise.
General, I'm afraid old grudges will have to wait.
Dramatic. Yup.
What we need to discuss concerns the survival of this world, and that catastrophic calamity you foresaw in your divination.
Also, welcome. Just Danielle. Hope you're doing well. Let's continue.
I won't deny the crimes you've listed.
Alright.
But I know full well that the Xianzhou cares nothing for the life or death of someone guilty like me. What you truly want is to exact a blood debt From the nemesis who has repeatedly awakened demonic stars, summoned abominations, and could not be slain even after 100 deaths. You wish to subdue the emanator of the abundance, Shu-Hu once again, and even deny them rebirth for all eternity. And now, General, I have brought this opportunity before you. If you are dead set on condemning me to answer for my crimes, I will submit to your judgment and board the Navis Astridura for the Shuling's Inquisition. But as I said, I did not come here today to play the savior. I came to stop the past from repeating itself, and to prevent our common enemy from having their way. General, if you do not want the fate of the Battle of the Fenghu from 30 years ago to fall at your feet, then you must believe what I am about to say. The happiness surgery, promoted by the Smile Society, utilizes none other than Shu-Hu's cells. Cells acquired from an unknown source.
You mean everyone who underwent the surgery
have all become supplicants. Once the wish power converges, the will of the flesh will awaken and turn every host into nourishment.
Okay.
The one wearing the 8-legged mask is not a single person. It is an emanator of the abundance, dismembered and currently parasitizing the bodies of the masses here.
Oh no.
Who on earth could have brought something so terrifying to plain Arcadia?
Oh. At the same time, in the tavern.
Oh, what innocence! We all saw it with our own eyes. You got your supplicant's mask stolen, and were strung up for a beating.
Yeah, you even went out of your way to set up a live stream for yourself. Afraid the whole universe would miss your heroic bearing, huh? A live streamed public punishment.
What do you mean, stolen? Can a supplicant's affairs really be considered stealing? That's called tactical emotional engagement. A tactic and an art. Don't you get it? Yoo-hoo! If it isn't the Astral Express's famous little raccoon. Did you miss my pranks?
Did you get the invitation for the supplicant debate at Foolish TV?
My oh my, talk about bad timing. My stream got banned, and the leader of the haters confiscated my supplicant mask. As for the debate, I'm afraid the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. But, seeing as you called, you clearly still have a shred of conscience left in you. Are you planning to give me a chance to haggle?
Answer me this question first. Is Foolish really a masked fool?
The tavern doesn't exactly register every fool's name and address. But having watched her stream, I believe she is. As for why, call it a kindred intuition. And just listen to our slogan. Healing smiles, healing Arcadius. That level of crazy? She's a certified fool. Most masked fools make a huge racket when they approach you. That, hey, look, I'm about to stir up some trouble vibe is impossible to hide. But Foolish is clearly the exception. Her brand of crazy is calm and sophisticated. Look at that haute couture getup she's wearing. It's worth 10 times a normal person's salary. Who'd have guessed a career woman with state levels of wealth who was always preaching social welfare would be a masked fool? Simply the most exquisite disguise.
I'd like to ask you to look into her background for me.
Now that's going too far. You actually want me to betray another masked fool?
Give me the intel on Foolish, and I'll return the mask to you.
Betrayal itself. That's the finest reward of all. Deal. Leave it to me. I'll contact you as soon as I get the intel. Foolish. Is there really someone like that among the masked fools? How come I'd never heard of her? Maybe we should ask Giovanni about her. He's got connections everywhere after all.
It's been a while since we saw Giovanni, right? Not long after, Sparksy arrived at Giovanni's location. Okay, now her I will not be adding to the team. Okay, let's keep going. Hello.
Woohoo! Mr. Giovanni! Long time no see.
Miss Sparksy? You just looted Sparkle's entire inventory right from under my nose. How can you say long time no see? Please spare me. Just give me a straight answer. Whose collection are you planning to steal this time?
Sparkle and I just had the reconciliation of the century. Let bygones be bygones. I'm actually here to ask for some serious advice. I swear, my hands are squeaky clean.
Oh, do tell. Anything that can make you this serious must be fascinating.
I want to ask about someone. Foolish, the media tycoon who went on TV and invited all the supplicants. Is she really one of us? How come I've never seen her in the tavern?
I know of her, but I've never actually seen her in the tavern. If Full Wish really is a fool, with all the people coming and going, surely she would have been mentioned. As for the storage area logbook, no, there's absolutely no record of her. Either she never stored anything here, or she used a fake name.
We're doomed. Even the well-connected Mr. Giovanni knows nothing about this lady.
Nice try. But goading won't work on me. I do have a theory, though. Hear me out. Every fool sets foot in the tavern at least once in their life. If Fool Wish really is a fool, then the moment she entered the tavern must have been in the wake of some unforgettable tragedy.
You mean the blood-stained games from 15 years ago? That's a tragedy which would leave a deep wound on a young girl's mind and soul. I get it. Maybe we should head to the hospital and dig up the girl's medical records.
Okay, so let's go talk to the doctor.
Do not believe any information from this broadcast. I repeat, do not believe any information from this broadcast.
Do not believe the broadcast? Where's the broadcast? Okay, this way. Oh, do we need to heal? We do not. Oh, I still broke. I still broke all of them. My bud. Okay. Onwards.
Attention patients. Please refrain from eating beef hot pot in the hallway. If you wish to dine, please invite the hospital director to join you. Thank you.
Hey, investigate. What are you trying to find out? Someone's secret or someone's embarrassing story? I'm sorry, but that's all that's left here are the scraps of joy from the Arcadia. Patient name, Plan Arcadia. Diagnosis, sadness, tears, fear, and misery. Oh. Hey, I got some height. A strange note is tucked inside the filing cabinet. It reads, for a patient, the defining trait is illness. Without it, they wouldn't be a patient. For a plain Arcadian, the defining trait is happiness.
Full wish? Full wish? Found it!
Medical record. Full Wish. Name, Full Wish. Sex, female. Homeland, Plain Arcadia. Species, humanoid. Category, Ahatopian subspecies. Department, Cranial Neurology Department. Chief complaint. After experiencing significantly psychological psychological trauma, the patient developed an unknown disorder in the language center. Specific symptoms include an inability to describe negative feedback received by the self and an inability to actively express the pain perceived by the self. Meanwhile, the patient exhibits hallucinatory symptoms described as ability to sense the inner desires of others. Past medical history. The patient is in good health with no relevant medical history or family history of hereditary diseases. Patient previously suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder. Examination report. Electroencephalogram, cerebral lobe structural imaging, and modeling analysis indicate no foreign bodies or visible damage to the patient's brain. Mild non-pathological tissue growth detected at the synesthesia beacon implant site. The cause remains unknown. Following a localized wish-power detection approved by the Department of Aberration Defense, low-frequency undetectable imagery appeared in the anterior cingulate cortex, but hasn't significantly affected the cranial nerves. Its correlation with the patient's condition remains unverified, and the possibility of psychologically induced language disruption can't be ruled out. Testing confirms the patient can accurately describe the desires of others. Simultaneously, as the patient verbalizes these descriptions, the empathetic subject experiences intense hallucinations and loses all rationality. The mechanism behind this remains unclear, though it appears to fall under hypnotic or telepathic phenomena. For now, we'll designate the patient's unusual condition as happiness syntax. Prescription. Aberration interference sustained release tablets type 2. Take 2 tablets a day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening, 30 minutes after meals. Dosage will be adjusted based on disease progression and follow-up evaluations. Treatment. Schedule a visit to the clinic upon feeling unwell.
Happiness syntax. Now, what kind of disease is this? Trying to read this stuff is just torture. I'd better find a doctor.
We need a translator.
Hello? Hello? Is there a doctor in the house? Calling all doctors.
Well, if it isn't Patient Zero of the Sparksy Con. To think the Department of Aberration Defense still hasn't locked you up. Heaven truly is blind. Because of you, I was planning to skip town and leave Plain Arcadia overnight. I even booked the tickets. It's a good thing she was here. So, what's the emergency this time? What ailment are you going to pretend to have?
Not me this time. It concerns an old case. The patient in these records. Ring a bell?
Wait, you didn't actually buy that I'm a doctor, did you?
Oh.
Forget it. This patient you're asking about? I remember them.
So, what kind of fool is Foolish?
Looking back through the history of this hospital, there are countless characters who've turned this place upside down. But to tear the ceiling off on her very first visit?
Oh.
She's truly one of a kind.
She's strong.
What exactly did she do?
Hard to imagine she was still just a 16-year-old back then. And yet, she wanted to smash the fool's mask she'd just received into smithereens.
Can a fool's mask be destroyed?
Of course not. Though you'd know a thing or two about abusing masks, wouldn't you?
Don't be ridiculous. I'd never be stupid enough to try and destroy my own masks. I just had to be heartless enough to abandon them.
The mask is part of the fool's self. Unless the fool is reduced to ash, how could anything happen to it? There were even some fools nearby rubbernecking who decided to help out. But despite all their efforts, they only managed to make a single crack. And the power that erupted when the mask shattered also left a crack in the hospital wall.
So let's go to the crack.
Ugh. I spent several days peeling those bungling fools off the walls, and half a month more repainting and restoring the place. Room rewind.
Whoa! Is this the crack? Dr. Zhongshan, what's inside?
Hard to say. Fools have tried walking in before, and well, they all went mad.
Okay, she's built different.
They went mad?
Yeah. muttering to themselves, deliriously happy. No one knows what they saw, and I don't want to know. So I sealed the entrance. If you want to go in and take a peek, don't say I didn't warn you.
Dangerous? What could possibly be more dangerous than little old adorable Sparksicle? Listen up, my dear Sparks heads. Sparksicle is about to take you on an exclusive expedition through this mysterious fissure. Smash that subscribe button so you don't get lost. Let's roll!
Where's the camera? Okay, I think we're gonna... I hope I'm close to halfway. Or am halfway. I think I'm gonna save the rest of this for tomorrow. And hopefully... I heard that this quest is shorter than, like, other quests. So, I'm gonna assume that I'm getting close to halfway and I can finish this tomorrow. And then I'll have to figure out what I do the rest of the week. But at least for sure, we're gonna wrap this up tomorrow. And... I don't think we're gonna have time for anything else besides just finishing it up. But that is gonna be all from me today. And yeah, so tomorrow we finish catching up with Star Rail. Maybe? Well, I guess this is an AFK event, right? There's no real big events happening right now, I think. So once we catch up, that'll be all we have to do for Star Rail. And I guess we'll find out what we do the rest of the week tomorrow. But for now, that is all. So thank you all for watching, hanging out, and I will be catching you all next time. Bye bye!